Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good people. It is August. God dang, I almost said September. We're not there yet. It is August.
It's not school yet.
Yeah, nah.
It's not school yet.
Kid,
What's good, Timo?
Kids start on Monday. But it is August 10th, 2024.
We don't. I'm glad.
We are Spade of Spades podcast. We're back with another edition of our beautiful program. We got we got special guests in the building. Special guests, 3 years in the making. What's up, my boy?
What's good, dog?
What's going on, man?
I'm all right.
How you feeling?
Feel good.
Feel good?
Ready to get this joint started.
So yeah, this has been 3 years in the making. 3 years in the making. And like I was telling you the other day, I remember when I had went down ATL back in 2021, and then we had linked up, and he was like, "Man, like I like what y'all doing on the podcast, bro, and I definitely need to tap in with y'all when the opportunity presents itself." And here we are, almost 3 years later. We here.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We here with it. A lot has changed in 3 years.
And it should.
Yeah, right. But even more so, a lot has changed since we first met.
Oh yeah.
People don't realize how far we go back.
As far back as 2002.
Right. Nah, it's further back than that.
Oh,
Second grade.
y'all go back like
Oh,
that.
nah. When I got to James McHenry, I started in 5th grade.
Was it fifth? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause that's when I moved to Chapel Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
still
still,
a long.
Over 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Over 20
For
years.
sure. I went to Cesar Chavez. So.
I mean, Scoop, it's been over 10 years.
Yeah.
Dating back to 08.
Yeah. We got time, man.
What they call it? Playground.
Sandbox.
A1 Sandbox.
Sandbox.
There we go.
A1 since day one. Yes, sir.
No, absolutely. So, for those who don't know who you are, just give everyone a brief introduction as to who you are, what you do, where you're from, all that good stuff.
Right, so my name is Udoebulu. I am a Nigerian that was raised in America. Did some time in Nigeria too. Did my time back now. I'm an artist. I've done. You can call me a filmmaker. Now an author, entrepreneur. Just a little bit. I don't want to just ramble off, but the main
No. Get into it.
No,
Hey, listen.
talk your shit.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
hey, listen. If you don't give yourself your flowers, we gonna give you your flowers. But go ahead.
Tell it all.
I mean, I've done a lot. As you guys know, I used to be an athlete back in high school. I don't do it professionally, but I still have what it takes to go out on the field and put together a strong performance. So I just still focus on maintaining my health because, I've done acting. I've acted in a lot of different kind of films, videos that I created for myself or was casted as. I have a master's degree in business administration and a bachelor's degree in accounting. I've done modeling shows. I've done photography.
I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember you briefly was doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, what he doing? What? I'm like, okay, I say okay.
I used to sew, still sew whenever I need to. But, at least as of right now, I'm just focused on improving my business, which is Pieces Better Entertainment, which is a media company that consists of films, documentaries, books, vlogs, any form of media that touch on topics like social issues, mental health awareness, and the African culture.
Right. Now, I've never asked you this question since I've been back home from the military, but what was the motivation behind getting into filmmaking? Because when I learned of that, I was kind of taken back.
Why?
I was kind of taken back because, and just like with me with the podcast, a lot of people didn't expect me to be doing this.
That's a fact.
And have the voice that I have with this platform. And so, what was the motivation for you in getting into filmmaking? It had to be something.
Well, it started off with acting.
Right.
Around the same time that I started playing football was the same time I started developing an interest for acting. I was watching Bad Boys 2, not the time it came out, by the time it was on HBO.
Yeah.
You know, Comcast when we had the
yeah, Comcast, yeah.
So like if I wasn't watching football and I wasn't watching wrestling, I was just watching movies.
Gotcha.
And I was a huge fan of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. You know, I just love the charisma and confidence that they had and what they displayed on screen. And I was like, if I could ever get the confidence to, you know, just be myself, you know, in person, I'm gonna definitely do that. So this is still when I'm in high school, but by the time I finished high school, went more into adulthood after I was feeling like football wasn't gonna be my main career. I needed to find something to do. So I knew I had a creative bug in me, but I didn't know if I was capable of, or if that was really meant for me. But I knew that if I didn't at least give it a try, then I definitely would never know.
Right.
So it started off with acting. I went into trying to find different ways to break through. Studied Will Smith and Martin Lawrence's early origins. Martin Lawrence got discovered on Star Search, those talent search shows, and Will Smith pretty much was given his own show, you know, with Quincy Jones in a way. So when I tried to stand up comedy, the only reason why I tried stand-up comedy was because different people recommended it. It wasn't my choosing. It was like, you should try stand-up comedy. I'm like, what you mean? What you trying to get me set up or something?
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's too many different people that don't know each other that are telling me this. I'm like, Martin Lawrence tried it. Let me give it a try. Tried it the first time. Didn't work out. Tried the second time on the biggest stage. I was thinking, all right, that was just a fluke. Beginners and bad luck. That ain't work out either. So I was like, all right, I know these people wasn't setting me up, but me coming up, me doing stand-up comedy, I don't think that's my route. So I was like, and I think one of the reasons why that didn't work was because I was thinking too hard on the jokes. You know, usually if I'm making someone laugh, I don't think about it. I just say it or do it naturally.
That's a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I need to stop thinking too hard on whether it is going to make people laugh or not. So how about I try Will Smith route and just write my own content, write my own show or series to cast myself, to give myself experience. So from there, that's when I realized, dang, I can really write. But then I needed a director. When this girl in college, when she told me that she was going to charge me to direct my movie, I was like, just go and sit down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you want me to pay you to direct my movie?
My content, yeah.
Not only can I not afford it, what is your background and history to prove that you are actually worth paying? I like, forget this. I'm a director myself, producer myself, because I wasn't about to pay that money. I didn't have the money to pay.
Yeah.
So from there, I started learning that I'm really good at directing, really good at producing, and I just kept it going, you know, because I enjoyed that process of creating. So that was about 10 years ago, and I'm here now with multiple projects underneath my belt.
Yeah.
No, respect, man. Like Vic said, like, you know, when we was in school with you, that's the furthest thing that would be for my mind, because like you was super smart, but like I didn't see being a director and an actor in your future. So to see that it was refreshing, and I wanted to, tap in real quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was your first one or I think it was something.
Summer Colada?
Yeah, Summer Colada, and then it was something called something special. Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, this is quality. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing it. Like, when you see people doing something out of the box of their personality, like, are they really, like, want to do it? Or is it just, for show? You know what I'm saying? Attention and all that. Nah, when I seen it was, when I seen it was quality, I was like, man. And that's when I hit you up. You know what I'm saying? And just because, I'm a comedian and I just try to, like, go in different features, you know what I'm saying? So I always wanted to, like, do a movie or something like that. So he was telling me, like, if you want to do it, like, you get in certain ways you got to go about it. So, you know what I'm saying? There was all respect there, you know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to get into was, so, like, I put you in the same category that I put Vic in. You had a lot of untapped potential that the coaches didn't really see for real. You know what I'm saying? You was one of the people that I always wanted to have more playing time that you did, you know what I'm saying? But you was more like maybe sort of like an outcast in a way. And I remember when we talked, you was like kind of surprised that you hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did more going on me than anything. And I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember me doing that shit to everybody, but, like, at the same time, even back then, I seen, like, the rawness in you, you know what I'm saying? Because you reminded me of David. Remember David?
David Canoe?
Like, yeah, David Canoe. David Canoe was like that our freshman year, and then, like, he blossomed into being a great player. So I saw that a little bit in you, but I feel like this is our first time having a teammate on the show that was kind of an outcast. So could you talk to me about a little bit of how your experience in Duval and growing up period in school and try to find your voice and how that inspired you, and do you take that and put that in the material that you do?
Right. It's interesting that you use the term outcast, because in a way I still feel like I'm an outcast now.
Mm.
Not to bring any pity or
Nah, you good.
towards me, but
You good.
I have one of the reasons that made me feel so hesitant to be myself is because a part of me saw the way society was moving, and it just didn't feel natural for me to just do what they were doing, because I saw, like, the flaws in it that weren't obvious to see. So when I don't, like, play along or, just try to fit in, it's hard to find people that can relate to how you're feeling, because everybody wants to feel accepted for the most part, and in a way we should want to feel accepted, but not to the point where we're not being ourselves. So before now, I didn't realize that if I just be myself, people gonna rock with me off of the strength of that. Some people can be themselves and you just don't have a good character. But
Right.
I didn't know. I didn't believe that my goofy ass, my unique way of thinking would be received well. So, as opposed to answer your question, like how my experience was, there was times where I felt alone, not having people to really understand me, and especially when I just came back from Nigeria, like when I started in Duval, just a month prior to starting school in Duval, I just came back from Nigeria for 2 years, 2 full years, I did middle school over there. So I don't have any middle school experience here in America.
Okay.
So starting off there at 12 years old, that was a whole culture change for me. Like, I was literally a fish out of water, learning how to adjust to school and life in Nigeria with the resources not being as good as they are here. So by the time I came back, I felt like I had to restart all over again in a way. remember what it's like to live in America. So it wasn't until 11th, pretty much like 11th grade, that's when I really started getting more comfortable again because 2 years had gone by. And that's when I felt like, okay, let me start getting involved in some sports or just some activities where I can like
integrate yourself.
Right, because without sports or any other clubs, like you will probably like find friends just doing things that's not really organized.
Right.
Right. So I'm glad that people suggested I play football. I didn't grow up on football at all. It was really just wrestling, playing games. Not soccer. I learned soccer.
It wasn't soccer?
No, I learned soccer in Nigeria. It was just before going to Nigeria. It was wrestling, video games. You know what I'm saying? Playing outside. That was it, and watching TV and stuff. So I'm glad that people noticed that I had like physical abilities to play football, and I took a chance on it, and I was really good. And that's when I was able to really, really get to know y'all better because we was around each other damn near every day. So that gave me, y'all gave me people that I can like grow with, and then we did track. Did you do track?
I did do track.
Okay, senior year?
I did not.
Okay. Because I know you were there. Yeah, and we did shot play, and I got to know you much better because, like, and Miji and Mickey.
Because remember, our senior year, I did nothing.
You said you was tired or you didn't care no more?
I did no football. I did no track.
We used to argue every other week.
Yeah.
Because I was mad. Him, Cornelius, and Evan. I was pissed off. I was mad at these niggas, bro. They didn't play, and I was pissed off, bro. I was so mad. And I got why he didn't. The mother niggas was on bullshit. But listen, I got the reason why he didn't do it, but it hurt my heart. I'm not going to lie to you. It hurt my heart. I was like, damn, bro.
It hurt me, too.
I was like, damn, bro.
I wanted to. Because I don't know if you remember this, bro, but, like, even at that time in high school, even I wasn't what I am now in terms of being very, very outspoken, and I just not to say that I don't have a filter, but like now I don't have any cut cards, and like but even then with my confidence though, I had my confidence then, so like I knew like I was better than a lot of people on the team. I didn't speak it, but I knew because of how much work I had put in from the time I was growing up when my father would like train me. So like I knew what anyone that would line up across from me, like I'm better than you. Like I walked with that confidence. So like and I never told you this story, but like when I saw that there was a whole bunch of different favoritism going on, I'm like, oh, y'all not really trying to win. But yet you just automatically think that I'm going to play under this type of leadership my senior year. So I gave up the opportunity to play college football because of the principle of you not about to play with me. Like I stood firm on that. And to Scoop's point, he was upset, and they was all trying to change my mind. I'm like, no, I'm good. And that right there at that time, I didn't really understand it, but now I understood that. No, like I was really standing on business in terms of manhood. Like, yeah, did I have pressure to change my mind? Of course I did. Did I want to? Of course I did, because like I wanted to help the team win. And I went to every single game, home and away. So I didn't miss a game.
That's a fact.
My senior year, I was there because I still was invested.
That was a fact.
But at the same time, like I still wanted everybody to, more so the coaches, not the players, but I wanted the coaches to know, yeah, like you're not, I don't need you. I don't need this to be successful in life. Did I love playing football? Of course I did. It's my first love. But I also was staying on business in terms of, just when it comes to life, stand firm in what you believe in, regardless of what anybody's saying. Even if you are wrong, okay, use it as a life lesson, brush yourself off, go from there. But I wasn't going to conform to the pressure of, oh, nah, Vic, we need you. No, you don't. No, you don't, because clearly you all are still able to field the team without me. So you don't need me. You want me to play, but I wasn't with the politics, even at that young age. And I've always been a straight shooter, always, and I've always been myself. And that was one of the things that I know when we first met in elementary school. I know we were very, very young, but I just wanted everyone to just like be themselves. You don't gotta do nothing out of the ordinary for people to accept you. Even when we got to high school, like that carried over. I'm like, dang, I know a lot of y'all in middle school, y'all changed. Why? What y'all got going on? Bro, I've been the same way since diapers.
I concur. Like you ain't
I've been
changed.
the same way. I ain't
same.
The only thing that's changed is my age, my weight, and I got facial hair. That's it. Nothing else has changed. So when we see people go through these seasons where they change and they evolve in a not so positive way, like people forget, like, yo, like I know you in real life.
Facts.
I know you in real life.
Like, you not that.
You not that. And it's okay. It's okay.
I'm telling you. It's somebody.
And a lot of people, even going back to school, was trying to be that. Just be you. You don't got to impress nobody. Listen, in school, in high school, and I was always walking with a girl. Always. I love girls. I'm a guy. I was a boy at the time. I'm not hanging around a whole bunch of dudes. I love y'all. Y'all my boys, but I'm not hanging around 10, 15 dudes at one time for what?
So you can take a picture, Rep your set.
Yeah, nah. Nah. For what? What's the end goal? What am I getting out of it? Looking cool? I never cared to look cool. Never. I never cared to look cool. I was cool by just how I carried myself, my personality, my temperament. That was cool for me, literally. Just how I carried myself.
And I was a fool.
And that's fine. But my point is, like, my overall point is, regardless of how I carried myself, all different types of people from different demographics, from different neighborhoods, different backgrounds, upbringings, they was consistent in what they said about me. Like, nah, Vic cool. You treat everybody the same way. And I've always taken pride in doing that. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. Like, I don't care about what kind of job you got or how much money you think you may have, or I don't care about that. I don't care where you from. I don't care about none of that. At the end of the day, we human. Mm-hmm. We human.
I feel like you should only change when it's something like seriously messed up to the point that it's interfering with either your life or your relationships. And that's the only time you should change. But like your person, who you are in your core, I feel like you shouldn't change. You should just mature. Look, I'm a fool. I've always been a fool, and I'm going to continue to be a fool, but I'm a mature fool. You know what I'm saying? I know when to do it, and I know when to lay back and not do it. You know what I'm saying? Like back in Duval, I kind of struggled with that, but you know what I'm saying? But, the more I go older, the more I become to realize, like, there's certain things about myself where it was frowned upon growing up because you had to be a man, you had to be that, you know what I'm saying, macho, and not be super loud or super goofy or in a sense not emotional at all. And I had to realize, like, bro, you're emotional, but you're still a man at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, going through that and realizing, like, bro, like, because I learned more of the lesson of being myself more in college than Duval. Because I feel like I didn't struggle until when I grew into Scoop, I didn't really feel the need to try to go outside myself until I went to college. And it was like, it was a culture shock. I had to do everything by myself, and it was just like people preset notions of a person that's built like me is supposed to be. And it threw me off a little bit, and I felt the need to try to
What's up, y'all?
portray, like I was myself, but then I tried to add on different traits that wasn't me to portray something to appease other people.
Yeah.
And looking like a dumbass when you get caught lying about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you didn't have to, like, lying on your dick, bro. Like, I learned, like, at that age, like, that is not the way to go. It's not, because it just make yourself look bad when you end up, you know what I'm saying, end up not doing that, and they end up finding out and just lying about what you did and how your gangster is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
because imagine that. Bro.
I'm so glad I learned that at that age, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just realizing, when I learned that at that moment in college and the rest of that year, because I didn't go back, but the rest of that year, it was kind of like, it got better because I wasn't trying to do that. I was just being me. You know what I'm saying? And I stuck that through. Like, when I see people from either college or high school or middle school, they're like, you still the same you. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I just matured. That's all. That's all you got to do. So I appreciate you all. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And I respect it. Especially seeing where y'all came from when I saw y'all in Duval and the way y'all at it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just proud to see y'all doing the thing, and I'm just proud that you my partner in all this, and the fact that you on the show, you know what I'm saying, expressing yourself, expressing what you do. I could be honest with you, when we first started doing this, like, your name was nowhere near my head. So the fact that you here and we doing this and we in this moment, I'm just glad for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so.
We talked about. We talked about on this show before the sense of belonging in society that we all want to have. I mean, to be honest, the only person I need to please is him, the Lord himself. Everybody else, listen. I'm not here to please anybody but myself at the end of the day, because I'm the one walking in my shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is going to fall in line accordingly based off of what I'm doing. Some people they're going to agree, they're going to love what I'm doing. Some people they're not. Right? And that's okay. Being okay with knowing that everyone isn't for you. We've covered this a few times on the show. Just being okay with that. Because, again, I remember going back to high school, right? It might have been a couple of times I practiced, or it might have been just in the hallway. You know, we talked, you asked me at some points, like, how do I, because I think at this point you was pretty well integrated back into
America.
Right. But I remember times that you did ask me, like, how do I go about just navigating through our social climate when, because I mean, even myself, I didn't fit in. Like, nothing I did was to fit in, whether people realize it or not. I was just being myself, truly.
Yeah, you like
truly. I was just being myself.
like you wouldn't seem like I went through some of the same stuff, but like my freshman year, like bro, I didn't know nobody. I didn't go to nobody middle school that everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody even went to TJ or what, Carol?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't go none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I was literally going in there with
Tasker.
I ain't go to none of them. So I didn't really know too many people other than the person that I went to. One dude that I went to middle school with, and we ended up going to Duval together. So
yeah,
I kind of struggled that too. So like when you were saying like football helped you, like that helped me a lot too, because you know they got the cooking me and all that, and then that's when the name Scoop happened, and that kind of like pushed me into like navigating my way,
right?
Because a lot of people like at graduation rehearsal. When they said my name, Cordell, everybody was like, my name's Cordell? I'm like, bro, you really thought my name was Scoop. Like, come on now. Like, yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to be real. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I struggled with that as well and being green to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Like going up to then, like, bro, I ain't never, like, know nothing about any hoods up until that point. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of like, I ain't gonna say sheltered, but I wasn't in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, okay, y'all, when did Kid Land get a zoo? Like, I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I said, I swear I've been to Kid Land. I've never seen a zoo. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was a process even though it didn't seem like it was, like, it was a process for me to integrate myself into Duval as well. So, I relate to y'all in that certain point, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about finding your way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just finding your way. And that's a perfect transition into the vlog you did when you went back to the crib, when you went back to Nigeria. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that. What was your motivation to doing the vlog? Mm-hmm. And what was your experience going back to the crib and just embracing your culture? Cause so much, like, especially with, you know, with people that's from other countries, it's like sometimes other people can get lost from who they really are into the sauce of the United States. And don't get me wrong, like, that's part of your identity too, but like your nationality, like your roots. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It comes from place. That's why I always wanted to go to Africa, because I remember listening to Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey said when he went, it was like going home, but he never been. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you to speak on your experiences and what you wanted to take out of doing the vlog, going back to the crib.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've been meaning. Prior to 2023, the last time I was in Nigeria was 2016.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it was to bury my grandfather. But, like...
different circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Right, but from 2016 to 2023, I was pretty much finishing my first year of college, trying to find a job. Wasn't working. Went back to college to, get a master's degree, to just improve my qualifications. In the middle of that, I'm still early in my film career, so I'm super focused on studying the craft, getting some work under my belt. So the opportunities for me to go to Nigeria wasn't there anymore, because every time I went prior, it was with my parents sponsoring it. Yeah. So I was at the point where I couldn't keep on allowing them to pay for me. And we were working now, like we would have certain work schedules that wouldn't allow us to be there for as long as we could. At the same time. So that was the biggest challenge for me to get back there again. So by the time 2023 rolled around, I was like, I'm going. I don't give a damn. I went to Jamaica for the first time in the summer. And when I went there, I was feeling Nigeria vibes. I didn't know that Jamaica looked so much like Nigeria. Now, yes, now, of course.
I never heard anybody said that before.
What do you mean by that? Yeah.
The atmosphere, not entirely, but as soon as I got there, I was feeling like I was in Nigeria.
Feel like you was home.
Now you can definitely see that there's differences when people talk,
of course,
and then with the music and the food, but just the atmosphere. It was humid, very warm temperature. Felt like Nigeria, and I immediately felt that rush. I was like, okay, I can't. If I ever travel anywhere again, the next place I gotta go to is Nigeria because they don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying because when I like got older and went to Atlanta, it gave me DMV vibes, and I always told myself I was like, if I ever would to move outside the DMV, it would be Atlanta because it was more that kind of a atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of get what you're saying.
In Atlanta?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah. It's a country DMV.
I see what you're saying, but it is completely different.
Same thing with Jamaica and with Nigeria. It just give you vibes of it.
Well,
it's a place that it doesn't seem foreign. How about that?
That's fair.
So,
like if I moved to Florida, I'd be like, if I moved to Memphis, in Atlanta, it feel like I'm just okay. I could do this.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love ATL. Love ATL. I get home vibes, but I don't get home vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because like when I went down there, I felt at home, like I wasn't out of place. But it didn't feel like DC at all. Just walking around, because even when we stayed at, we was in the hood. There was a trap house across the street from us, but we got to walking around, and everyone was like, "Hey, if y'all need anything, let us know." Right? They knew we wasn't from the area, but it's just somebody from the area that come here. You're not getting that from us.
Southern
locals.
Hospitality, just that's the
That's
difference.
what I'm saying.
That's the
right.
difference.
That's
a country DMV. So imagine DMV with Southern Hospitality. That's Atlanta.
Yeah, but just the temperament here at home is not the same like it is down there.
That's North and South period though.
Yeah. So if we go outside right now and you see an attractive woman walking down the street, she's not going to speak to you. Down in Atlanta, you're getting spoken to. You might
threw me off.
You might get grabbed on too.
That threw me off. I'm like, you talking to me?
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm talking about in terms of it's not. Yes, Atlanta felt like home to me because I was comfortable, but it didn't feel like DC at all.
So that's the country part. It's a country. That country comes with the hospitality and all that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if you separate that, it give you home vibes.
What you think, bro? Because you was down there.
Yeah, both of y'all make very, very valid points from your perspective. Like, there is some similarities in Atlanta that will remind you of the DMV, but then there's also differences. I wouldn't mistake Atlanta for the DMV.
Hell
at
no.
all.
Hell no.
But at all. Yeah.
You wouldn't mistake. Would you like if somebody mistaken Jamaica for Nigeria? Would you look at them crazy?
No,
you wouldn't.
No, because if you think about it, Jamaica is an island, and it's not really a continent, and most of us come from Africa.
Right.
You know, and that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to make the vlog, because my experience, I wanted to show that Africa is a place that you can go to.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
Right. And not just from a party standpoint, just from the roots. Because when I was in Jamaica, I purposely made it my mission to get off of the resort and not stay there the whole time. I wanted to know the struggle that they wouldn't really want to show on social media or anything like that.
You had to be careful, too.
Look, I'm adventurous.
Hey, you can be adventurous all you want to, but you get caught up. You know what I'm saying? You get snatched the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm from the west side.
Okay, all right, bro. You gangster, bro. I'm like, you gangster. You from the west side of Nigeria. My bad. I ain't know.
Well, yeah, I understand all the dangers all the dangers, but I know if I don't take the chance, I will never really know what I would need to know unless I go into those uncomfortable situations.
Respect.
So I'm aware of everything, most of the risks that I take.
Respect.
But yeah, it was like Nigeria can be fun. It could be a place to party. It could be a place to like forget that you're black or anything, because they don't think about that there. Everybody looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that you won't have to worry about if anything. If anybody's doing something bad to you, you won't think it's because you're black.
It's just because they're a fucked up person. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point because I haven't been back home yet, and it's like I'm working on it, Freetown. But
I would like to go with you too.
Okay, we'll have that discussion
Mm-hmm.
when the time presents itself. But that's a great point because I know back at home it's the same thing. If something bad happens to you, it's not because you're black. It's because you're POS. Straight up. Here,
What the hell you just say?
POS, piece of shit.
Oh, okay. I ain't never heard nobody use that initials for a piece of shit.
Come on, man. Stay with me, bro.
What you talking
Stay
about?
with me.
Hey,
But no.
hold on. Am I the only one? Hey, Brian, you ever heard somebody say POS like a PhD? Thank you. The fuck are you talking about? Like, you acting like I'm tripping.
You've never heard of that.
Hell no. I heard a POV, personal view. I ain't hear no POS piece of shit. I ain't never heard that.
Bro,
God damn.
that's pretty common, bro.
All right. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, but that's a great point because back home if something bad happens to you, it's not because you're black. Here, if something bad happens to you, sometimes it is because you're black.
Here?
I'm talking about in America,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. No, you're right about that. I thought you meant like at the crib. Like, I never been like, hey, bro, you're black. I hate you.
I mean, we don't got to go down the list, bro. Trayvon Martin.
No, here, no. In America, yes, you got a point, bro. I thought you were
Right.
talking about like our personal experience, like here in the DMV.
No, but it happens here too.
Yeah, of course. I just never went through it.
That's why I just said America as a whole.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
this
yeah.
is a part of America.
Yeah. Now outside of the DMV, yes, I went through that. Yeah, the whole clutching the purse, like I'm about to rob me, like come on now.
Or you walking past somebody's car and lock their door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about your car. I got my own car. I don't want your car. Stuff like that, right? So it's. I know going back home for me is going to be very, very eye-opening and emotional because this is where my roots are for the most part, is in Sierra Leone. So just to go back one day here soon and just experience that and immerse myself in the culture and just really be at peace in terms of within my own skin, because I'm comfortable within my own skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to really be comfortable within your own skin when you go back home and not really have to worry about people giving you the side eye because of what and who you are that you had no control over.
It's the motherland, bro.
You know, it's going to your point. It's going to be very, very gratifying. And what you did with that vlog is showing not only myself but everyone else. Like I said, Nigeria is a vibe, and let me show you why. In the short film,
It's the motherland, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I know I will get emotional going to Africa, cause just knowing the origins of everything, you know what I'm saying? This the place where Jesus walked. You know what I'm saying? And I just can't imagine like what would come over me. You know what I'm saying? Going there, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's home, but you never been. That's like Goku going back to planet Vegeta. You know what I'm saying? That's like Superman going back to Krypton. But they're not, Africa's not destroyed. I can go there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm like, dude, like that's one of the places that I feel like that it's not that I want to go. I need to go.
Maybe it's just difference of ages or your belief. I didn't get that experience.
Right. And
when you went to Africa? You went to Africa?
I lived there for 4 years.
Oh.
So
Where?
I was in Zimbabwe, so I was
Zimbabwe.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So, and I visited South Africa 4 times. Still didn't get that experience. I viewed it as
just a normal
place.
Maybe it's a difference.
Now, mind you, the years I was there, I was there. I lived there from 16 till 20. So you guys being your early 20s or early 30s, may get that different experience because things have changed there. I was there when certain dictators were still ruling, but when I went there, I didn't view it as that. When I got there, a lot of people were getting into the fact of, I need to be pro-African and all that stuff aspect. I never viewed that way. So if you feel like you need to go there, I recommend, go there and get your experience, but I just never had that.
Maybe there is a difference in terms of where you are on the continent.
Right, the countries.
Yeah, because for me, like, I'm hyper focused on West Africa.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't choose Zimbabwe out of all places to go to. Just being real. No, and no disrespect to Zimbabweans. But
to your point, like me, like I'm hyper focused on West Africa because that's like my father's side of the family. Like that's where we're rooted at.
Mm-hmm.
Would I love to visit Ethiopia and Kenya on the east side? Of course, yes. I would love to get there too at some point. But I am laser focused on West Africa.
And that's Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Niger.
Right, exactly. Ghana, exactly.
Thank you for saying that because I was trying to figure out what was all in West
That's
Africa.
why.
I was going to name them too.
West Side.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to name them too. Yeah, I was going to name them too. Yeah, I am hyper focused on West Africa right now. I'm not even thinking about the North. I'm not thinking about the South or the East. Like I am laser focused on the West side.
So you said that's Sierra Leone, Niger,
Ivory Coast,
Nigeria,
Ghana.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not sure if Cameroon is among. If it is, then that's a bet because I know some Cameroonian people. But
I didn't know some real cool Cameroonians.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I only talk about the part of Nigeria, Africa that I know. That's Nigeria. I can't talk about other places of Africa.
Right.
No,
So, and I'm Nigerian. There might be some biases to it, but
Right,
I always
right.
recommend if you want the first place to go to Africa, go to Nigeria. That's the one I can speak on.
I think I got the best jollof rice. Like I had jollof
That's
rice.
a heated list.
I had jollof rice
listen.
from other places. From other places. Nigerian got the best, but got the best. I don't care what nobody talking about.
See,
what I'm
listen,
saying? It's probably
listen,
different
I'm
countries that I haven't
biased.
tried.
I'm biased.
You know what I'm saying? My mind changed when I had jollof rice.
I'm biased.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
For the first time.
It's jollof, not
Jollof.
It's spelled
jollof.
J-O.
Yeah, what I say? Jollof.
It's like
I said jollof, so it's jollof.
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 There you go.
Jollof.
There you go.
Jollof. Man, let me tell you something. For AK, I would never get this, bro. AK's 16th party, bro. His 16th birthday, bro. He had jollof rice, jollof, and he had.
You're just gonna call it JR.
And he had plantains. Now, I never seen plantains before in my life. Before that, plantains. Okay, plantain.
We gotta get it
Plantains
right.
and jollof.
They gonna clown the shit out of you.
Plantains and jollof.
There we go.
There we go.
Nigga, I thought the plantains were potato wedges because I never knew what the hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I said, dang. I said, that's weird. They got double starch. They got rice and potato wedges. I'm like, cool. I like both of them. I don't care. So you know what I'm saying? So his uncles, right, seeing me make the plate, and I asked for ketchup, and they was like, what you need ketchup for? And I was like, yeah, I buy potato. But I didn't say potato wedges. So I'm putting the ketchup on the potato, on the plantain, and they laughing at me. Like, they laughing at me. I'm like, man, what's wrong with them? You know what I'm saying? And they still ain't say nothing until I bit it. And I said, what is that? It was like plantains. I was like, what is that? I thought it was potato wedges. They start busting out laughing again. Oh, they fried bananas. Oh, this is why I don't like it. I don't like bananas at all. This is awful. I was like, God damn. But when I tried that jollof rice, I instantly knew this was a top 5 food that I ever ate and will ever will eat
vibes, top 5.
in life. Like, no, for real. No, like, man, I'm telling you, ain't no better. When jollof rice is done right, ain't no better rice in the world. But there ain't no fried rice, ain't no Spanish rice, no dirty rice, none of. I'm telling you, whatever y'all put in that little
Jerry
oil,
rice.
and then and let me tell you something. Don't let them put some stewed chicken in there or like some beef or something in there with that marinade. Woo!
That's the cherry on top.
Man, my whole life changed. I was like, man. That's why I started being more open-minded when it comes to food and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Ever since that moment, I even tried Ethiopian food. I talked about it on the show. Half of it was good, half of it was nasty. You know what I'm saying? But I tried it though, so I know what to get and what not to get.
See, the thing about African cuisine and even Indian cuisine,
I'm sorry.
It doesn't look very appealing.
It doesn't smell.
Or it might not even smell very appealing.
Now ain't no miter. Come on now, let's not do this. Let's not do this.
No, I
don't know what
it depends on your time. It depends on your smell.
Right,
I remember when I cooked that joint
let me tell you something.
in high school in Dr. Masiki class. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Dr. Masigi, man. Love that lady.
I mean, cause to me, it doesn't smell bad.
It's just a different smell.
It's just a different smell. To me, it doesn't smell bad because
of course.
I grew up off of that stuff.
Yeah.
So to me, it doesn't with my sense of smell, it doesn't smell bad. But to somebody else who's not from the culture, they're gonna say, okay, it smells bad. But the minute they taste it, though, that's what I tell people. I said, don't knock something unless you try it.
Yeah, because fufu is not appealing, but it's really good. I love fufu.
I know fufu. I could never do.
Fufu you can never do? Is it kind of like
I never liked it.
Is that like the chitlins of African cuisine? I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm just asking.
It's very popular.
Because I do like chitlins too.
I mean,
but I know that stink. Like, no, I know.
I would say it's chitlins because not everyone likes chitlins.
But it felt like everybody that I knew that that ate fufu and that was African, like it was like a natural steroid. Like Abe, David, Funge, they were some strong ass niggas and they love fufu. And I felt like was that like a? That's why I start eating fufu to try to get strong.
But remember, look at where we're from. Like
y'all built different.
That's what, bro. Look at me.
Y'all built
look at me.
different.
Like I was. As small as I am strong, bro.
Built different. Y'all was built different.
I am strong. We are strong.
Right? You see a lot of Africans that's like raw in sports, but they see the potential because they raw capabilities of a person. You know what I'm saying? Pierre Paul was like that. He didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's certain people that like you just tell. And y'all have a lot, especially Nigeria.
Giannis,
like, but what? Yeah, what's the name? Francis Ngannou. Like Francis Ngannou, like was digging in sand mines, trying to get bread. You know, naturally had that physique from where he came from, and now he's knocking people out to oblivion. Like he's knocking people out to another dimension. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're going to a different world. Like they're not on Earth 616 no more. They on a whole different planet. They on a whole different dimension. We're getting knocked out.
You can't go into a lab and recreate what we are.
Nah.
That's just genetics, bro. It's just genetics.
And it feel like different. Like it feel like y'all genetically they're all talented, but in different ways. Because on the West Side, it's like the physical specimens, strong, athletic, and jump high.
It's the
and
whole
all that.
continent.
But on like the Kenyan side and the Ethiopians, they can run for a month.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
They can run for a month. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
You saw them South Sudan boys, and shout out to Luol Deng, bro, for like funding that the basketball team to get them going, because there's no indoor courts in South Sudan.
Right.
And the fact that they almost beat the U.S., got a couple wins in the Olympics and all that, you know what I'm saying? From that experience, bro, is crazy. Y'all natural like gifts and talent, you know what I'm saying? The women, I don't understand on how the hell can you have the baby in one hand, you had groceries on hand, and then you got your dad going laundry on top of the head, walking up and stairs and through the. That's crazy.
Or it could be water.
Man, good God Almighty, boy.
That is not advisable at all. That's just that you see that based on circumstances. They ain't got no choice.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I would never advise that.
I wouldn't say advise it, but I see it all the time.
They do
That's
it
what I'm saying.
If they had a choice and if they knew better, unfortunately, Africa, Nigeria, we don't have the exposure to be properly educated on certain things. What to eat, how to like maintain physical health. You know, technology is really expanded, so there's more exposure to technology. But just like certain things, certain knowledge as far as like your health, not really, there isn't the exposure to that isn't on the same level as it is in America.
Makes sense. But like, have like you seen the change from when you was like from the first time? I mean, not with the first. With
First
the first
time I was
couple,
there, I was 3 years old.
from when you was there in the past, and now
I was doing school.
Yeah, in school, and then when you went for the vlog, did you see a difference?
Yeah, I mean, I've been back like 3 times since I came back from schooling. And one thing that has changed that's very interesting is how much stuff costs. Now, I know that's changed here in America too, but the thing about Nigeria is it is so much harder to live there from a financial standpoint. I never had that issue because my parents made money in America.
Yeah,
and
so it
changed,
yeah.
and you just balling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember when I was there, pure water, like sachet water, it's pretty much something like this, but it's in a sachet. In like 2004, they were selling it for 5 naira.
Okay.
And 5 naira is like something you would use to like buy like a bag of chips or something. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like $1 some change.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Now, when I was there in 2023, a sachet of pure water is 30 naira.
God.
The value, when I was there in December, the value of $1 was around 1,200 naira. Now, right now, it's like 1,500 naira. So imagine taking $100 over there. You balling just off of $100.
You eating good. Like
Imagine taking $1,000.
Man, I saw a $12,000 like mansion that would be multi-millions in America, bro, in Nigeria. I was like, good God
Because
Almighty.
they're making enough money here to have it multiply over there. And if you was having exposure to seeing how homes are built outside of Nigeria, you have an idea of how to build it when you're out there, and you have the land to do that. You can purchase land, you can build it exactly how you want it to
That's
be
my
built.
goal, bro. I gotta my goal, and I never really have spoken this out loud, but my goal is I need to get something back home.
I would love to go with you, bro.
I need when I say something, I need to buy
Land
or property back home.
buy land, it appreciates over time.
It's so important to me, bro, because I know like once I have kids, like I want them to just like truly understand, like, all right, like this is your home too. This is your home too.
Hey, is it true like you gotta get like a whole bunch of shots and stuff before you go to Africa? Is that like
Yeah, because it's different. The water,
Yes.
The water is different. The temperature is different. Like you just you gotta because like the climate is different.
Right.
So you just want to protect yourself from getting sick. I mean, I caught malaria when I first.
that was what I was.
That was really bad. I was sick for like a good 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But that was then. It only happened one time. Like it hasn't happened
because
since,
the
like,
mosquitoes
be
be messing me up on this side. I know when my big ass go to that over there, they be like, ooh, he look good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that's the only thing my only trepidations is the wildlife. That's it.
Yeah.
And just get your shots. You should be good. Just like be careful. Just be careful because Nigerians are very.
So do I need a different kind of off, or can I wear off from here? Do I need?
Now you're gonna be hot if you try to cover up.
No, I ain't say cover off. I mean the spray, the
spray.
off.
I mean, if you
can get. I mean,
do I need
you're
some
not gonna,
African
you're not
off?
gonna,
That's
you're
what
not,
I'm
you're
saying.
not going to be able to take that there because of the size.
What you mean?
The regular off spray here, it's too big to pack it in your suitcase.
They might have some being sold
Is
there.
it?
They might have it being sold there.
Bro,
You can
it's
buy
like
it for
that-
cheaper.
It's not big though. It's like you can get a can like this size.
You can.
Like a small one.
Yeah, bro. Off, bro. Like you out. Am I tripping?
If it's travel size, you're good. That's what.
Hey,
if it's travel size, you're good.
I ain't never seen no like you acting like I got a big old can of this big off.
Not that big. Yeah.
You know, no, bro. Like it's like a small can, bro. It's not that big.
You can buy one here and take it there, but chances are they might have it already being sold in Nigeria.
Most likely.
And you can buy it for less.
Yeah.
Like, how much does it cost here?
It depends, bro. It can cost from either $8 to $15. Depends on what you get.
All right, so $8 to $15. Like, if you multiply that by like 1,500, it's probably like 30,000 naira. It will not be sold for 30,000 naira in Nigeria. They'll probably sell it for like 3,000 naira, which is probably like 30 cents.
Okay, cool.
I'm just saying. You see how easy life could be if you like change dollars from here over there. You're gonna live really good. Your money money no go dry.
I think in a lot of ways too, and I truly believe, because Brian kind of touched on this as far as like it could be an age thing. I really truly believe that our age demographic is becoming more focused on tracing those roots back, like connecting the dots. Cause like again, like for me, it's easy because I know I know where my family comes from. Right.
You got a point, because I never really see like my aunties and my uncles and people around their age really wanted to go back. It's really us.
It started with us.
Yeah,
It started.
So now it
in
really
a
makes
meaningful
sense
way, as far as us trying to go back home and figure out what's going on, what's what.
And let me tell you, when I booked my trip around this time last year to go to Nigeria, I was intending to go by myself. Like, I told my family just to tell my family, but I didn't know that they would eventually want to come too. So not only that,
that was beautiful, bro. Yeah, having everyone, man, it was so beautiful. Yeah,
like not only that. As the months are counting down, I'm realizing a lot of my other friends and family that are Nigerian here are also going. I'm like, what?
It's gonna be a whole party.
By the time we got there, I was like, so many of us were in Nigeria. Unfortunately,
that shit was
we couldn't see them all because of the timing. Everybody had different schedules and everything, but I didn't know that so many other people had that same like urge to go back home the way I did.
Yeah.
So that was the last year. Was the most people that I can think of that live in America to go to Nigeria. I think like that seemed very unprecedented because like I don't know how many Nigerian friends y'all have, but I'm sure y'all seen a lot of people posting on social media.
Yeah, I was like what's going on? Is it a family
that.
reunion? Like everybody was going there.
I think Afrobeats has played a huge factor in making Nigeria and Africa seem cool.
I agree.
It's crazy that I had to take Afrobeats to do it, but better than nothing.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely becoming it's definitely becoming more of something that people want to scratch off their bucket list as early as possible. And I was hoping the vlog can do that. Will help create that motivation and
it did
to go.
It did.
You won't regret it, even if you're there for 2 weeks to start off.
I told myself when I go back home, I have to be there at least 10 days. I have to be. To like really to really
get that full experience type of shit.
To like really soak it all in. Because I mean, just by with the flights by itself, you're traveling about 2 days, almost.
So where were they like?
It depends.
Where were they like lay over?
It depends on where you're going in Nigeria. Because if you're just going to go to Lagos, it's really just 1 day. But 2 days is like for people that are like Igbo tribe. And we go to the east. Like most of the Igbo states are in the east, so it will take an extra day after we reach Lagos to go to our states in Nigeria, the east side. So if it's Lagos or Abuja, it just takes a day. But if you want to go to another state, then it will take 2 days.
Well, like
I'm not sure what it will be as far as Freetown, because the airport's like right there in the city.
Where would it be the layover at?
It depends.
It could be different places. Like
it could be France.
Like my recent trip, we had a layover in Cairo, Egypt.
Right. It could be It could be Germany.
Or it could be Ethiopia.
Right. It just depends. Right.
You know, we used Egypt Air. Egypt Air was really good. The prices were very affordable. It was smooth. Took a deep breath because I wanted to make sure I knew exactly what I was saying. But
I wanted to offend nobody.
Egypt Air was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Man,
let's talk about the book, Adventurous. Now, right here on the cover.
let me tell you something. That cover give me anxiety. This nigga doing a handstand right by the cliff.
Right here on the cover, it says poems that will boost your self-esteem. So, speak on this, because just right off the top, what I'll say I see is, I mean, obviously this is a man, right? Being comfortable within his own skin. You don't see other people around. You see someone basking in nature,
Fearless.
right? But really, they're in their own solitude.
Mm-hmm.
So just speak on this. Speak on again. What was the motivation behind putting this together? What do you ultimately want to get across to the audience when they open the cover of this?
Well, for one, I want to make sure people understand exactly what adventurous means.
Mm-hmm.
So to be adventurous means to take risk
Mm-hmm.
and try out new things,
Mm-hmm.
try new ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So as I've mentioned, when I say that I be doing the scariest stuff, it's because I know what it's like to not take those chances and be conservative, and how much regret I've had afterwards. Like prior to adulthood, I was very conservative. I was scared to do a lot of things because I didn't think that it'll turn out well. That's me not believing in my ability to find a way to steer it in the direction that I want to steer it to. And if it don't work, if it don't kill me, it makes you stronger.
Facts.
You ain't got if the consequences of anything you do, if it doesn't kill you, you're gonna be all right.
Facts.
You're gonna be wiser after that because you ain't gonna do that same thing the wrong way again. So adventurous is just to like be inspired to be yourself and try new things. Not be afraid to dare to be great. Not be afraid to fail.
Repeat that again.
To be adventurous means to dare to be great, not be afraid to fail, not understand that failure is like the beginning stages of success.
Absolutely.
And you can't make a basket. You can't score if you don't try. You're definitely gonna miss all the shots you don't take.
Yep.
Facts.
So that's the idea I wanted to give off. And
Shoot your shot.
right. And I've been feeling very adventurous once I realized that all the risks I didn't take prior to college,
Yeah.
how regretful I was. I'm like, damn, had I known that I was capable of doing this, I would have did it. Had I believed in myself enough to do this, I would have did it. And that's just self-esteem, pretty much.
Right.
How you feel about yourself, your self-value, your self-worth. If you don't feel confident in yourself, you ain't gonna want to try to do things that you haven't done before.
Right.
Like confidence comes from what you know about yourself, what you know how to do, what you've been exposed to.
Facts.
So, and I decided to do it in poetry because like I'm good at poetry. I understand how powerful poetry can be. Musicians use poetry all the time. If you really think about it.
Yeah.
You know, so if I can find a way to like create messages and make them rhyme, it's going to is going to create more of a interesting experience learning it. So I was like, and I haven't written a book before. This was my first book. There was fears that I ain't gonna hold you. There was no fears because I already know what it's like to try new things. Like even when I went to get my master's degree, I didn't graduate with my undergrad GPA wasn't high enough to indicate that I would succeed at grad school. I never had I didn't average a GPA, a 3.0 GPA. So I was like, what? Where's the confidence that I have that I can go to my grad school and
succeed,
maintain a 3.0 GPA when I couldn't really even do it in undergrad? I'm like, I'm Udo motherfucking Ebulu.
Ooh.
I can do whatever I set my mind to. Wow. So if I truly believe I can do this, I'm going to do it. Lord and behold, I did it. I did the impossible. I got my master's degree, and that let me know that it don't matter how big or new something is, I could do whatever I set my motherfucking mind.
Yes, sir.
Well, and that is
yes,
and
sir.
Again, that's why I asked the question behind what all went into this book, because bringing it back home, we're men, right? We're getting to a point in our society from what I'm observing that we're becoming more and more comfortable with speaking out on what and who we are and what our experiences are in various different settings. And what I've seen is you have to be fearless, and you have to be confident, and you have to stand on, again, like I said earlier, you have to stand on what you believe in.
Stand on business.
Even if it may be unpopular by most, right? You have to know yourself. Know what works for you, and stand on it.
Stand on business.
Stand on it, right? Listen, there's been different clips I've posted from our episodes that I've put up online that people are like, what are you talking about? And listen, that's your opinion. That's your opinion.
I know exactly what you're talking about, though, too.
That is your opinion. But everyone has a story to tell. Now, whether you agree with it or not has nothing to do with me. Has nothing to do with me. If you want to speak your truth, if you want to speak out on various different things, you get up in front of a microphone, in front of a camera, and do this for 2 hours every other weekend. Really, we could do this every single day for 2 hours. That's how much talent we have. But I just want people to just understand that your story is important.
Facts.
Don't let anyone throw salt on your story. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different experiences, right? I have a lot of people that I know that I'm close with. They don't come from the type of upbringing that I have. I had both my parents in my life. But anybody that knows me will tell you that I never ever used my upbringing as a weapon to make myself seem like I'm above everybody else. Because I'm not. I had to fight and claw just like everybody else. My parents didn't just give me things just to give it to me. I had to fight for it. I had to work for it. I had to bring home good grades for what I wanted, because I knew the things that I wanted and the things that I wanted to do in terms of playing football, I had to earn that right. It wasn't put it on a silver platter for me. Here you go, Vic. Nah, I had to fight for what I want, and that is why I work as hard as I do, and that is why I don't believe in participation trophies with anything. Because even what we see throughout our society with these kids, you're getting rewarded for essentially not winning. Because in this life, there are winners and losers. Honestly, there are winners and losers. So if you, and we're all going to experience it on both sides, right? So I truly believe that, and to your point, if you have the work ethic, you put the work in, you have the confidence, you don't have the fear of, man, I'm going to fail. Man, this ain't going to go well. And you don't even try, well, you deserve to fail. You deserve to be stuck in the mud. You deserve to be stuck in neutral.
You don't want to get out your comfort zone.
You don't want to get out your comfort zone. You got to get out your comfort zone. And because me and Scoop have talked about this before, we get so caught up in what's going around the Beltway, what's going on within the Beltway. The world is so much bigger than
The Beltway.
The Beltway. That is why when I went down Atlanta, it was so much of a culture shock for me, because I heard the stories. And when I saw it firsthand, I'm like, yo, this is everything that I thought it would be based off what I heard. Because don't get me wrong, I love home. I'm home through and through.
Mm-hmm.
PG County, Maryland, it's in the water.
Mm-hmm.
But just getting a chance to be outside of my comfort zone
Mm-hmm.
and going to Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
serving in the military, going across the pond and going to these different countries and seeing how people live. I remember we went to Malaysia. We stayed there for 4 nights. We went out in town, and when I say these people were dirt poor, they were dirt poor. They didn't really have much of anything. No clean running water, no shoes on their feet. But you know what they had? They had family. Mm-hmm. They had their culture. Mm-hmm. And just with speaking with them, I asked one of the locals, I'm like, why are y'all so happy here? Why? I want to know. And this is probably the 3rd day we were there. Because it took me a couple days to just kind of ponder on it
Mm-hmm.
and just soak it in. But I asked, like, why are y'all so happy here? And, you know, one of the locals told me we have our identity. We have our culture. At the end of the day, that's what matters the most to us is our families and being amongst each other.
Interesting you mentioned that, because that was another emphasis I wanted to put on the Nigerian vlog.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you notice, like, one of the scenes in the vlog that I find very interesting is the scene where we're dancing in the village. It's very dark. You can see that the quality is not good.
Mm-hmm.
That was not in my plans when I was preparing the vlog. Like, I did not prepare the plan to shoot that at all. I didn't know what was going to happen. Yeah. But we were just so happy to get there at night, because it's been years since I've been there. It's been years since I've been around all the extended family at once. And the road there was very challenging. Our car broke down at different times during the trip. You know, it got dark. By the time we got to the village, you have to be very careful, because the village could be very scary at night, you know? But the fact that we made it there safely, we were just all dancing. We got the music from the cars playing, and we just dancing, and I just recorded. It was organic. Yeah, we were just back home as a family, and that's all that mattered, you know? So, yeah, sometimes when you have family, you have culture, it's enough to be happy for it. There's not enough money that could like compensate for that.
At all. That is why, that is why I don't play any games when it comes to speaking out against like what the hell is going on in our culture, Black culture. Whether I'm responding back to a sister or a brother, I don't care who it is. because I'm very, very much so for the home team. And so when I see our sisters and our brothers really in a sense sleepwalking, and they don't understand what's going on, and I'm trying to show you that like in a lot of ways you're kind of getting played, but you don't realize it. I'm trying to get you to see it from a different perspective, outside of the Beltway, outside of your personal feelings, outside of whatever political affiliation you may have, outside of whatever financial demographic you may fall in. I'm trying to get you to see the bigger picture in terms of like what the world wants us to continue to be, which is at the bottom of the totem pole. And in a lot of ways, and I tell people this all the time, I'm like, yo, like in a lot of ways, like you helping feed the narrative. Because you're not thinking for yourself. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Think for yourself. Have a mind of your own. I do not care about anything other than just being myself. And everyone else being themselves. Authentically. Right? And that looks different from person to person, of course, and I get that. But our community does not have an identity.
We're black.
We used to have an identity. We used to. You know, Scoop brought up the example before on the show where during the Civil Rights Movement, how well we organized, right? We put the world on notice by how well we organized, right? And we've seen it in spurts since then. You know, is everyone going to be on the same page 100%? No. But if most of the community is on the same page, we will leave this world in a lot better place.
That's a fact.
Than
like
it was when we came into it.
True unity from the top and from the bottom.
Right.
No matter what class. You know what I'm saying? If we had, because that's a lot of things that, because most of the times I see unity, it always be within the class. It's never different levels of class. It's always like all the low class people mount up, or the middle class and the low class, or just middle class, or just the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? It's never all at once, all the time. That's why when we had the momentum with the George Floyd thing, we could have went further, but we didn't. That was another thing where with the high class, with the athletes, the entertainers, if they would have really put their foot down and stopped, shit would have got pushed in a whole nother way than it did. Like, we showed a little bit of unity and we got a little motion, but if they wouldn't have played that bubble, if they wouldn't have played the upcoming season in the football, even though we won the Super Bowl that year, but it's bigger than that, though. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's hurting some important people pockets that is in high places, and it would make something shake. It would make something shake. If LeBron and them did not play, I'm telling you, we'd have got something moving. For real. Along with all that momentum that we had in the street, and we had, you know what I'm saying? If they wouldn't have played, if all the musicians wouldn't have played nothing, it was a lot of, what Vic called them, it was a lot of vanilla milkshakes will be deterred and upset. And some would have had to change. They would have stopped. Something, bro.
Yeah.
If we would have took it there, Slim. You remember back in the day, we seen Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, Jim Brown. You know what I'm saying? They was in the field. You know what I'm saying? Try to make something happen. So could we imagine we had Steph and LeBron and KD and, You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had them athletes really step, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Like, these real big athletes and artists really stepped up and shut shit down.
Remember what I said that one show?
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. They're not really for the community. They have our skin complexion, but they don't care.
Why is that?
Because they're puppets. Think about it. When you have people, and I'm gonna play the race card real quick, but for the most part, the most powerful people who run this world are white. When you have people who are in your back pocket, and they're telling you that, okay, you go ahead and stop playing if you want to. See what happens. We're not on that level where we're privy to these conversations that they're having. But all I'm going to say is a lot of these athletes, most of these athletes and entertainers, they are so afraid of their bottom line being affected. They're so afraid of their personal safeties of even their families and themselves that if they were to do something of that magnitude, it'll be what they are and who they are will be a wrap.
And not to say that they don't do anything. It's just far as they not going the certain length that back in the day they was.
Yeah, I mean, anybody,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, far as like, you getting death threats. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them are getting that now, or were getting that during the pandemic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like,
so again,
it's some coalitions out there. It's some black coalitions out there you can have as your side, and they will protect you. Because remember when they was like, when they was doing them, we was doing the Black Lives Matter. And they was getting harassed and all that. There was a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
and
listen,
then the KKK was doing the little marches and all that.
I mean,
they start
listen,
having the Black Panther Party and different organizations coming out like, nah, we ain't having that. You can hire them, sponsor them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things you can do. But I mean, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, who's going to do it?
Us, at our level.
No, I'm saying yes, of course. That, but what I'm saying is we need somebody in the high class. It's not like we need somebody up there.
They will never do it. I'm telling you, bro, they will never do it. They will never do it. Anybody can give money to charity. It's a tax write-off. Yeah, Michael Jordan gave this organization $20, $25 million. Did you really do it out of the goodness of your heart, or you just do it because it's a tax write-off and you're going to get that back tenfold?
I mean, you would never know. And then with him, it's a lot of shit you don't know that he did.
No, I mean, listen, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that some of these people actually don't do things out of the goodness of their heart. Because some of them actually do.
It just is hard to.
But what I'm also saying is the bigger driving force behind that is money and greed.
You're like, oh, I'm going to get it back. Might as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying.
I mean, listen.
You know what I'm saying? But it is some people doing certain stuff.
There's a reason why I've never been starstruck by anybody. Because.
Don't judge me.
No. I'm not judging you. I'm speaking on myself. Because we don't know.
Really know, yeah.
We don't know what these people living like when they're not on the camera.
Yeah, because you imagine hearing all the shit that Diddy done when we was kids growing up back in the day.
Prime example.
We'd be like, oh, shit. Not Brother Love. Not with damn.
The Grand Poobah himself.
You know what I'm saying?
Prime example.
Bill Cosby, you like, no, not Huxtable. We was fucked up, man. When we was growing up, bro, we were like, I keep saying this, but like for real though, we thought Columbus was a hero. And it was the exact opposite. And he didn't even find the place. He was a black man from Spain, was the navigator. So what did he do?
Got lost.
That's a fact. He did get
That is
lost.
legit fact. He got lost.
Because,
Yeah,
Brian,
talk
'cause
about-
how many times did it take him to find the continent? Was it? It took him at least half a dozen times.
Yeah, he had the navigator had to help him.
Right.
And he was a black man.
He was supposed to find India. He ended up finding here. And that's why the natives are called Indians. That's the fact.
Shit's fucked up, man.
But going back to the pandemic real quick, I just want y'all to think about the timing of when we got those stimulus checks. You talked about the George Floyd situation and how much momentum we had with that. You remember when we got those stimmy checks?
It was around that time.
It was right after that.
The second time. I think the first one was right before it, if I'm not mistaken.
But then we got that
The
second
one right after that. Yeah, that did help me.
And that's
though.
when
That helped me a lot, though.
it was a setup. It was a plan.
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that at all. I was fucked up.
I mean, the world was shut down.
Yeah.
We, as a community, we was organizing in such a powerful way
Yeah.
that we hadn't done since. What was it?
Do you remember the last time we got
Was it Rodney King in LA?
Nah, what?
Since like I'm talking like from a community standpoint, we like organized in like a very, very
Trayvon.
not really. Michael Brown, not really. We didn't. The momentum we had
It's like
after George Floyd got killed, bro.
It's like George Floyd was like coke. You know what I'm saying? Like Trayvon was like Diet Coke. It was like
The George Floyd situation was a massive earthquake.
Yeah.
Across
Yeah.
our society, our social.
Yeah.
Trayvon and Mike.
I mean, not really
Tamir,
Mike, but Trayvon.
It was
but
like
Trayvon
little
was
small aftershocks.
Let me tell you something. The Tamir thing was like, it was so pushed under the rug that I really didn't hear no outcry too, and didn't really find out about it until like maybe a year or two later. And like I think it just happened. Yeah, Tamir Rice. I wasn't really hearing about Tamir Rice like that until like a year later.
It got some coverage.
It got what you say? The key word, some.
Yeah, it wasn't to the level of.
Yeah, the little boy is playing with a BB gun and by himself. It's like orange and all that. It wasn't even black, I don't think. I think it was like a bright colored and still got popped. He was 9 years old. I couldn't even, my nephew couldn't even go out the house with no daggone, none of that. And he didn't really understand. And I'm like, yo, I had to tell him, like, you know what I'm saying? This is the world we live in. Like, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? That,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like,
Yeah.
especially when I'm not with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had to do that. That man, that little boy got killed like that. He's by himself. The lady just got killed with the boil of water. She called the police. Crazy, Slim. Crazy. I couldn't be, bro. If I would have made it in the NFL, I could not have been in that. They knew not to put me in the NFL because I'm telling you, I'd have been going off for real. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
They really don't care, bro.
Shit crazy.
I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but like these celebrities and entertainers and athletes, they really don't care.
Say what you want about Colin, bro.
That is
say what you want about Colin, but you know what I'm saying?
I say this every single time about Cap. If I ever meet that man in person, bro, I'm giving him the biggest hug, bro. I'm serious.
Say what you want about that man. You know what I'm saying? What he, you know what I'm saying? But he did take that knee and he stood on fucking business.
And you mean to tell me he's not one of the best? He's not one of 32 quarterbacks that can play and start in this league. He definitely is.
I would say. I mean, I won't say.
You don't think he can start in this league right now?
At this point,
Well,
I don't know because it's been so long since he's been in there and tried to come back. But like the first couple years that was happening, hell yeah, no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind, he could have been the starter. Not just the 32. He could have been easily a top 20 quarterback. Easy. You know what I'm saying? Now, certain stuff, you know, that he did, you know what I'm saying, certain decisions, I was like, about it. But him doing that, period. And the movie he came out with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
my point, bro.
he don't have to agree with everything that he did, and I damn sure didn't.
See,
but like just what he stood for, and he stood on it and continued to stand on it, and didn't really, you know what I'm saying, break down from it, and really cost him his career. I applaud him, bro.
So listen to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
He went from making millions, had endorsements. He gave up all of that for the greater good of the community. Mm-hmm. And you think I'm not going to press LeBron James? You think I'm not going to press Steph?
And he wasn't a first.
Because you're not built for it. And if they were sitting on that couch right there, I would tell them that to their face. You're not built to do what we trying to do. Because
and not saying y'all haven't done anything. It's just that.
Bro, I would say exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not willing
to go that far.
You're not willing to go as far as risking your career for the greater good of the community.
Because you would have done it.
I would have done it in a heartbeat. Because he was blackballed for protesting his right to for protesting these injustices that are occurring consistently and often against us, and there's nothing really being done about it. So you mean to tell me we can protest, but don't protest about this or that?
And what's the name done it back in the day? Abdul Rauf. He was formerly known as Chris Jackson. Used to play LSU back in the day with Shaq. And then he changed his name, you know, due to his beliefs and, you know, all the, you know, the war and all that. He did that. He was totally blackballed, like worse than Kaepernick, because like Kaepernick, you know what I'm saying? Like he was blackballed, boy, because that happened in the '90s. So I could imagine how bad it was. And you really didn't know who that was until recently when he played in the Big Three and started knowing his background and all that. So, you know, you was about to say something. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so can a case be made to defend the athletes who didn't take the chances that Colin Kaepernick took for the athletes that have families? Because Colin Kaepernick, at least as far as I know, didn't have a family to have to care for, to provide for. So does that play a factor into?
Nope.
Eric Reed was in there. He had kids.
Okay.
Eric Reed got kids, and Eric Reed did that. And see, and he don't really get a lot of recognition with that. He was right when Kaepernick doing it.
But even he folded.
Yeah, he did fold. Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying though?
So is it okay for someone to fold if they have kids or a family to take care of?
Yeah, if he folded and still got blackballed.
Exactly. It don't matter if you got kids or a family. You're supposed to be about the community, right? Because again, most people in this world care about their personal brand, care about their money. You're not really for the community. It's easy to get up in front of a mic and say, "Yeah, you for the community." But are you willing to give up millions of dollars? Because that's what this world cares about, is money and greed. There's no amount of money in this world that can get me to not stand on my morals.
Like you wouldn't play.
And stand on my values and my principles. No amount of money. A lot of these athletes.
Yeah, because they talked about it. Like when they was in that bubble, they was like, oh, we was flirting with the idea. Why was y'all flirting with the idea? If the idea brought up,
but
do the shit.
You see what I'm saying, though?
You know what I'm saying? Do the shit.
So you talking about, you thought about it, but
and then did one game. They did one game, one or two games. They protested. I'm not.
And you see how fast that ended, right?
Yeah.
Because what did they do? They got right in line. Because once them phone calls started circulating around with them white people who run stuff, I'm just telling y'all. So I mean, listen. That's why when it comes to these entertainers and these athletes, they don't move me, bro. I've never been starstruck because okay, yeah, you you gotta bust down Audemars or Paddock, Rolling or whatever. I don't care about that because when you die, what do you have? Can you take it with you? Yeah, somebody can throw it in your casket. It's not in your possession no more.
So why would anybody want to be a celebrity in today's age? Why would someone aspire to be a celebrity now if with the current climate?
Because they want what that image looks like on the internet.
Man, the Migos got a song called "I'd Rather Be Rich Than Famous." A lot of people think they gotta be famous to be rich, and I feel like that's.
They gotta be rich to be famous.
Did I say that wrong?
Yeah, you had it flipped the other way.
Okay, my bad.
But I know what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I'd rather be rich than famous, but people think they have to be famous to be rich. I said that right? Right? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people, you know, and the attention that it brings, you know what I'm saying? But that's one thing. It's a lot of people that's not our complexion. That majority of them that's really in the hierarchy and really have some power as far as land and all that, they're not famous. It's like with us in community, it's like we have to be famous to be successful. And you really don't. I remember I was listening to Chris Rock one time.
Yeah.
And he was saying that it's crazy that in his neighborhood, it's a nice neighborhood, you know, big houses and all that. And Mary J. Blige lived in the same neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And in between them, it was a white dude and his family that lived in the same neighborhood. You know what that dude did for a living? He was a dentist. To live in that neighborhood as us, it had to be Mary J. Blige. It had to be Chris Rock. That man was a dentist. How many black dentists you know that living like that?
You probably also
You know what I'm
have
saying?
other streams of income.
Of course.
Of course, right.
Of course. But what I'm saying is, why do we have to be famous to be successful?
It's what we're led to believe. And another reason why I wrote the book is because the best information is found in books.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we getting these ideas to be famous?
On the internet.
On the internet.
The media.
Right.
The TV.
When I noticed when my work as an actor,
Speaking to the mic.
I noticed how when my work as an actor and a filmmaker improved when I started reading books on it. I was watching videos, you know. What else was I doing? I took some classes, yes. But it wasn't until I started reading books on how to write stories, books on how to act, books on how to produce. That's when my work really improved. And I'm like, all this time, this information, the best information has been in books.
From a book.
And I'm like, why aren't they promoting this on the media? And it's because they don't want to have to compete. And that's what, if you want the best information found in books, and the people that know would keep it in there because it's like they know that we're not going to create the discipline and the initiative to pick it up and read through the whole thing.
Remember when you had to do a assignment and all that you had to go to the library, pick up the encyclopedia, or find the right book that had to do with this subject and all that. Going to the librarian, and they had to search it through the little joint. Oh, go down this aisle and all that. Then you had to go pick it up, and then you had to read it, and then you had to comprehend it, write it down, and all that. It's not that no more because you're just getting force-fed information through the internet instead of going to the actual source.
It's a sensory overload.
You know what I'm saying?
I forgot the guy who said this years ago, but he basically said the quickest way to confuse a black person is by putting information into a book, because we're not going to read it. Why? And this is what I've been saying sometimes too, because
that's sad.
People wonder why do I speak out the way that I do? Because I read.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I need to read more.
That's why in a lot of ways I can stand on like what I'm talking about because I read. It's not just coming from Vic's personal feelings on X, Y, and Z. Nah, I read. And whenever I'm talking to someone and I give them the source of where I'm getting my information from, then it's crickets. So you're going back and forth with me over something that I've researched and that I've read and that I've cross-checked to make sure that what it is I'm speaking about is what it is.
You can't argue facts.
Right? But you still want to argue against the facts.
You can't argue facts.
Because of your personal feelings.
Like, I don't understand people. Like, you can't. See, this is why you got to choose who you had debates with. Because when a person start arguing facts.
Exactly.
That's when it's like, okay,
yeah,
what the fuck ever, dog? Because you like
you got
you like you know what I'm saying? Because you're not even here to try to have understanding. You know what I'm saying? That's our main problem within our community and within our genders in our community. You know what I'm saying? And I say this all the time. It's no understanding. It's always a pissing contest when it comes to who deal with what more, and we deal with this, you know what I'm saying? We have it within our community, within other minorities, you know what I'm saying? People from, is that the right country? If I'm Morocco, is it Morocco in Africa?
Yes.
Yes, Morocco is mad that people calling them Africans. You're in Africa. Like, I'm so confused. What do you like?
If you're on the continent,
I'm like, why do black people want to claim Morocco? Dude, what's up with y'all? What's up with y'all, man? You know what I'm saying? You're in Africa. Yeah. Ain't no claiming. You are us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing videos like that. I'm like,
you're Moroccan, but you're African.
You're African though. Right. Like what? Right. Like I'm so confused. Like what? What? I'm like you're arguing facts. You're in Africa. Like you're acting like you're not in Africa. Like I'm so confused. Them people like that. Like you can't debate with people like that. Like what like. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That's your continent. That's like me shitting on me being American. Or I'm from DC. Fuck America. No, nigga, like you live in North America. You know what I'm saying? Like we just gotta keep it real with ourselves and try to do understanding and get outside the norm. Cause ain't nothing changed. Nothing ain't gonna move if you don't go outside the norm, and if you don't really try to be
adventurous.
Precisely. Any last? Man, this was a great show. Happy to have you, brother. Any last words? You know, before we wrap up. You know what I'm saying.
I do want to thank y'all for having me on, giving me a platform to express myself, promote myself.
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate it, and I respect what y'all doing.
Appreciate you, bro.
Having a platform beyond celebrity power and stuff to give local people an opportunity to show what we can do.
Yes, sir.
So I do appreciate that, and I know that there will be much more success to come over time.
I appreciate you, bro.
Podcast.
Thank you, bro.
My book can be purchased on Amazon. Very reasonable. It's a small book because I know we have small attention spans. So you can purchase it on Amazon, and you can literally read it within an hour, and you can read it every now and then over time as a way to get re-inspired or motivated if you're ever feeling uninspired.
Facts.
So,
any upcoming film projects you want people to know about, or you want to keep that under wraps for right now?
It's still under work, so the last thing I want to do is just put it out there, and then I can't follow through.
All right, let everyone know where they can find you and follow you, social media wise.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. at piecesbetterentertainment.com. Sorry. Pieces Better Entertainment. That's my Instagram and Facebook handle. And they can also go on. You can also check out my YouTube channel, which is Pieces Better Entertainment, and then my website, piecesbetterentertainment.com.
All right, Scoop, take us out.
Hey, Pretty Podcast is made, but nobody lay it down like Spade of Spades. Like, subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, all that there.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Appreciate y'all for participating on the show. Y'all be safe. Thank y'all. Peace.
And be adventurous.
Hey.